Alright, so here we are going to be drawing the head again in front view, only that this time it's going to be like a male that we are drawing. So I will decide that this is where I want the top of the head to be. So I call this top of head, and then I'm going to decide that this is where I want my chin to be. So you can decide wherever you want it. I could say that, up more, that's where I would want it to be. So you decide where you want it. So I'm going to call this the chin. Now the shape of the head again is like that of like an egg. So here at the top it's a little bit rounder at the top, and then as it goes toward the base or the bottom, it gets more like the egg standing on like a point. And then you can side this. You can decide the lines. If you do more than one line, it's fine, the marker. You don't have to be the thing there, and keep your lines light. Alright, after you have done that, you are going to divide the face, this egg, in half. As best as you possibly can, you run a line down the center of it. Alright, as soon as you have done that, you can let me know. Now finish. Next thing we are going to do, we are going to find the center between the top of the head and the chin. We are going to find the center, the eye. So the eye is centered between the top of the head and the chin. So here we are going to find, so as best as you can, determine where the center is between the top of the head and the chin. That's where we find the eyes. And then we are going to try and find the nose. The nose is centered between the eyes and the chin. So we try and find the center there. Miguel, mute your mic, Miguel. So we find the center, and this is the nose between the eyes and the chin. Centered between the eyes and the chin, we find the nose. And then a little bit above center between the nose and the chin, we find the mouth. So if this is the center here, between here and here, we are going to go about here, Miguel. Not right up underneath here, but just a little bit off centered. Remember that, just a little bit off centered. And we are going to go there for the mouth.
Sir, was supposed to label it?
No, you don't have to.
Okay, okay.
Again, you want to divide these two areas. The line make imagine that this is the side of the face, and you make those 2 marks, then you divide this area into 3. So 1, 2, 3. The next thing we're going to do now is to draw in the eye. So the mark of the shape of the eye is like that of an almond. So we are going to draw in that shape as if we were drawing the shape of an almond. Do that for me. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to determine where we want the nose or wide. So we do an imaginary line from the corner of the eye downward on either side, and that we are going to determine the width of the nose from doing so. After you have done that, we are going to then determine the shape of the nose. This is going to be like the tip of the nose right here. Make 2 little lines just to see where we want the tip of the nose. And from there, I'm going to go up like about here, and I'm going to draw a shape, trying to give the nose some kind of a shape, somewhat like that. As soon as you put that in, you can let me know.
Yes,
Okay.
face.
Okay, cool. Then we are going to drop this here. We want to form now how the structure of the nose is going to be. The nose have a kind of width, and we're going to take the width like from about here, because we want to form the nose middle. So we are going to say that the nose, the shape of the nose is like from about there. We want to form the nose. So here is where we are going to go from about there. When trying to form the nose. So it's like we're working out a plan as to how to get the shape of the nose. Alright, so after you put in that, you can let me know.
It kind of looks like a bicycle on this thing.
Right. So if you can put in things that will help you to remember how you form it, then that is fine. Now, right underneath the tip of the nose, we're going to leave that for now, because we're going to come back onto it again. Alright, let me just finish up with the nose with that. Right here, we're going to kind of go in a little bit, Miguel, like this, because we want the tip now. We're forming the hole. I want to show you how we get the little hole in. So we're going a little bit like that. And remember, the marker, we're keeping our lines as lightly as we possibly can. And then we are going to come around, Miguel, right here. From away from the tip of the nose, we come in like about here and carry around this. And we do it on the other side. Come around, make sure it line up with that, coming around. And then here we are forming like a little the little
So the same line, they use from the time, they use that color, and then
yeah, but you have a kind of look. Even if you didn't hear what I said, just look at what I'm doing, and you are going to do the same thing. We are making a shape that will form the little hole. And if you were watching, you will see how it shape, how it look in terms of getting. So even if you never hear what I say, you can see what I do. When you get that you can let me know. Alright, the time is running out. We have 10 minutes. So in the 10 minutes, what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to go ahead and do what I have to do in the 10 minutes. You can try and keep up the video. I'm going to be posting the video, alright? So, here now, I'm going to try and find the width of the mouth, the marker, which is slightly outside of the nose, like about there, outside the width of the nose. Right here, I'm going to form a shape that is somewhat like a U. A little U, the bottom of the U. And then I'm going to come this way with it. And this way. I'm going to look for the bottom of the lip as well. Now right here, some people sometimes the lip turn this way, as well as it has a little kind of thing right here, Miguel, that it looks like this. So I'm going to work with that one.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to carry this one this way, so in forming the mouth. And then I'm going to go this way and this way. You see the shape there? So that's the shape that you try to catch the marker. And then I'm going to come down this way and this way. And then I go across like that. Do not join this yet to the corner of the mouth. So that's right there. We get that right there. Then the marker, we are going to now the eyelid for the male. The top one is close to the corner here and a little bit wider at the end part, but unlike the female, it is not as wide. So one like that, and on the other side closer in the corner, and then more to the outside, wider on the outside. And we do the same thing for the bottom eyelid. Here we kind of drop right here like this, the marker for the eyelid, the bottom right here. So here, closer on the inside, wider on the outside, and then here like that. We have roughly less than 5 minutes. And then now the pupil, or in this case the iris, we make it like about this size, the iris that is. And this eye for me is a little bit bigger than the one over here, so I can simply make some adjustments to make it a little bit smaller over on this side. But this is the iris, we're putting in that now, the iris there. And then we are going to seek afterwards to put in the shape, the eyebrow, which right here now, DeMarco, is we are going to carry a shape looking like this, coming from one Miguel. This one you'll remember, Miguel, this shape. Now these shapes are kind of, yeah, right, the hourglass shape, which will kind of help us to determine the nose bridge, as well as where we are going to put the eyebrow right here. So from here we are going to determine from the hourglass shape right here where we are going to put our eyebrow. And here the eyebrow, we can make one line first to determine where the curve, how you're going to curve the eyebrow. So we go like 1, 2, and over on the opposite side we do the same thing. So it's like you mirror the action on the right hand side, you kind of mirror on the left hand side, because that's where we are going to have our eyebrow. So even without putting in the eyebrow first, we have this shape that is there that will help us. What will help us as well is we are going to put in the ears. So we are going to use the top of the eyelid and the bottom of the tip of the nose to determine where the ears will fall. Right here, the ears will fall in line with the top of the eyebrow there and the tip of the nose. And so we are going to catch a shape now. Get this little shape that is more like, I call it a butterfly wing. We don't want to make it look too wide, so that the person start to look like an elephant, like a jumbo. So it's like a butterfly wing. The tip of the, over on the left hand side, the top of the eyelid come down a little bit, and then get this little butterfly looking shape, as I call it, turn in, and there you go. So for the most part, sometimes one side looks a little bit more than the next, but that's fine. This side looks a little bit more, but that's okay. We can probably just add to it. Alright, the next thing we are gonna look for is to put in, there are some little things that we put in, for example, like here, the tip of the ears at the top. Like on the right side, we put it on the left side, tip of the ear. And then there's this little part that comes here, and this part that I think is a little bit lower right here, like that, and it comes down here, and we'll put it over on this side as well. So it's this little part that, and it's the shape, how it shapes. So you can always aim for the shape, DeMarco. This again, I am going to be giving you the video so you can watch and do. Then you have this other shape, DeMarco, which is inward like that, and on this side the same thing is inward, and this forms the inside of the ear. So right there, it forms the inside of the ear, comes like that, and right here is where they will say you have the ear hole right there. And then you can double this line from here carry it down a little bit, the marker from here. You make a little double line from there and you carry this down. Then you have now the neck. We'll carry the neck from the corner of the mouth and we carry this down to form the neck. You can add some more to it depending on how you feel. You can add some more of the neck to it, but right from the corner of the mouth, and you just drop this down a little bit and you will get the neck. Alright, so there are some other little things though, Miguel, in trying to get this to look a little bit manly. It's a little bit more in terms of coming from the nose here, where we have these lines and they form more of a ridge. Please do these lines lightly coming from around the eyes. Here is where it is going to help us now to form the structure of the male face. I'm coming down with this a little bit, forming the structure of the male face, because for the man it is somewhat different than that of the woman. The man face is a little bit more rigid here than that of the woman. Alright, so that's one of the things that we try. And the skull is what helps to give the shape, the face, the shape of the face. We come around with this, and this for the man is a little bit more angular or rigid than that of the woman. So this now, for the persons who are doing animation, you'll find that these lines are a little bit more pronounced. So here we are going to come around with this shape, Miguel, which will kind of form the ear line. This will kind of help you to form the ear line of the head. Then we are going to drop down to the corner right here. We are going to come in where the ears is a little bit. Right here on this side looking like that, and over on the other side it comes in a little bit where you have the eye. Right here, just in a little from where we have the eye. We are going to create the jawline now a little bit. So what we do is come down, Miguel, to right there. Come down slightly to where you have the corner of the mouth, right here, where the corner of the mouth is the marker. And then you make a turn, looking like this. And it's a little bit more angular. This time now you can sight it to make sure that it is even on one side as opposed to the next. Even on one side as opposed to the next. There you go. And we are looking quite fine now. So this is the first stage of the face. We are going to now add a little bit more in terms of the skull, the marker. We are going to add a little bit more like that, one on the one side there, and then on the opposite side we add a little bit more. So where the ears is, we come out a little bit more the marker, and come around just to get a little bit more of the shape of the skull, and we kind of sight it to make sure it is evenly done. And this is where we are going to stop for now, for the first part of this lesson, where we will take the other part 2. We will go into adding more onto this. So here is where we come down the face here. We are going to even without putting on the ear to the head, which we can, alright, let's just put on that. We are going to sight and say, okay, this is where the shape of the head is, so we are going to put on a little bit here. So we go like this with the ear, come down here, and then we do something like this. Carry this to the side of the face, Same thing is reflected on this side. Come down there and we carry this to the corner of the ears. So it is reflected on both sides, and we're going to stop right there. This video is going to be posted